What's going on, it's your boy JT, and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories, and it is Leeds United versus Bournemouth tomorrow, an absolute crunch match. As you can tell by my voice, I am feeling the rhythm, feeling the rhyme, wanting to get on up like it's bobsleigh time, because I'm feeling a little bit better now. I'm a little bit more recovered, not 100% by any means, but a lot better, and hopefully Leeds United can perform a lot better tomorrow, because Bournemouth is a huge game, a tough test on the road, as we all well and know. They have been very difficult to break down, and that is why they have secured themselves a top 4 place, albeit only 5 games into the season and only 3 points above Leeds United on the table as things stand. Leeds United also have a very good home record against Bournemouth, as recent history would suggest. With the most recent memory of that being, of course, Crescencio Summerville 4-3 on, I believe, I forget what it was, some sort of big day or something, because I remember the commentator going crazy about it. I don't know if it was Boxing Day or what it was, but Leeds United beating them 4-3, Summerville to wrap the game up for us there. And just a really good string of results against Bournemouth, but this is a completely different animal after they brought in, of course, Iriola, who Leeds United were heavily linked with before getting relegated, and then when Bournemouth got promoted, they went and nicked him out of our possession. And they have been very impressive ever since. And Leeds United, on the other hand, this season have been a little bit 50-50. Now, the Wolves game, I spoke to a lot of you guys after that game, and you were telling me maybe I was being a little bit too harsh, a little bit too pessimistic. But for me, as I said, I know we won 3-1, but you score a wonder goal free kick, a absolutely superb cross and fantastic header from a tight angle from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And then the third goal, in all reality, was a gift. It was 3 chances we created pretty much the entirety of the game. Wolves, aside from those 3 goals, definitely created more chances, especially in the second half. They had a few half-decent chances in there, and hence why they had over triple RXG within that game there, or almost triple RXG, should I say. Leeds United have a big creative issue. We scored chances, yes, but we didn't create much else aside from that. Now, you could argue once Leeds United got the goals that we were sitting back and we were biding our time and we were just hoping to hold on to a draw. But for me, I look at all the recent games. I'm looking at Fulham, I'm looking at Everton, and we're not creating any chances to put these sides away. It's not a matter of us not finishing the chances, it's a matter of us not creating them. And we showed that we have clinicality in the final third, which we haven't had for a long while, which is actually quite impressive. Noah Okafor, when he got his 1 chance of the game, he took it. Anton Stach, half chance from the free kick, he took it. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, half chance really from that header, he took it. We've got clinicality in the final third. That much I am very happy with. But getting the ball to them, still, for me, is a very big issue. And as I said, Bournemouth are very tough to break down on the roads. They're going to be very defensively resolute, I do believe. They play some really good football under Iriola. Do I expect them to be dominating us and picking the ball around us? No, because I think our midfield is so impressive that it's actually quite hard for a lot of teams to dominate the midfield and pick the ball around us and make us look like idiots, aside from Arsenal this year, who managed to do that. I haven't really seen anyone else, well, no one else has been able to do that to Leeds United this season, and that includes pre-season even. So yes, there are positives, and yes, I do think Leeds United are in with a very good shot here, and I'm being intrigued as to know how you guys think we're going to fare tomorrow. But for me, we got to deal with that creativity. Now, we can't sign any more players, and granted, I think that is one of the things that is hamstringing Daniel Farke right now, is the fact that our attacking creative players are non-existent, really. We didn't bring any in. He's changed to a 4-3-3. He's expecting Anton Stach to be this creative forward-playing midfielder, which is not his role. He's a fantastic finisher, as we've seen. He's absolutely lethal from set pieces, both crosses and striking into the back of the net from set pieces now, as we've seen. But he's not that archetypal number 10 that's going to slow the game down, that's going to pick the final balls, or the balls into the final third. So we have a lot, again, of passive possession. Balls around the final third, and then the game just seems to slow down. We don't have as much pace in the counter-attack as I was like. It's a bit too hesitant at times. Having said that, There was a brief 10-minute spell where Okafor was looking really, really lethal in the counter-attack early on in the second half. He was linking up with Dominic Calvert-Lewin really well, who looks really, really good also in the counter-attack, which is very good for Leeds United going forward. But if we don't address these creative issues some way or another, we can't bring any more players in. Farke is going to have to rejig something about his system or what's going on to create more chances. Then we are eventually going to become unstuck. All right, it's not sustainable to expect your team to score that many top-class goals week in, week out. It just doesn't happen. You don't get these kind of wonder goals flying in every single week of a calendar year. You're lucky if you get that 3, 4, 5, 6 games, maybe 7 in a season if you're really, really lucky. So I think there are definitely things that Leeds United still need to address, and I don't want the Wolves game to have papered over the cracks. And against Bournemouth, as I said, I would like him to rejig the lineup a little bit. In all reality, I would like him to change the way we attack this game. I want us to go in strong. I want us to go in early at Ellen Road, at home. Great opportunity to make a statement. Great opportunity to push us back into the top half of the table. And at 10 points, 6 games into the season, you're looking in a very, very good position going forward. That's already a quarter of your points tally that you'd need to realistically survive a Premier League campaign. You played a couple of decent opposition already in there, so you're putting yourself in really good footing if you are able to get a win tomorrow. And I think a win is really, really needed, because all of a sudden, if we lose tomorrow against Bournemouth, wow, everything starts piling on again. A couple of the teams below us are likely to win. Villa, who everyone have been mugging off as having a terrible start to the season, they win, we lose, they're 1 point behind us. Things can change so rapidly. So having that little bit of breathing room, getting onto 10 points, does help Leeds out so much more than you'd expect 3 points to help a team out. Really, mentally, it is huge for Leeds to win tomorrow, in my opinion, at least. You guys may differ from me on that. You may be like, you know what, James, I'd just be happy with a draw, to be honest with you. But the way Leeds United as a club are moving, the way they're talking, we need a bit of security, and we need that top half position at the end of this next game week, and a win is imperative for that, in my opinion. Now, what do I mean by Leeds United are planning some impressive things coming up? Leeds United launched a club statement which has got everybody on the edge of their seat. There are apparently 2 huge announcements. This is coming by way of the board and the club, who definitely need to get the fans back on side, and they better not under-deliver with what this promise is, because, you know, they've already under-delivered a lot in the summer transfer window. They don't want to do that again and get the fans on the bad side. But they said supporters are advised to be seated by 2:45. Granted, most supporters are still in the bar drinking beers at that point. They really all start funneling in around the 2:55, 2:58 mark, just before that marching on together, because no one really wants to miss that. Although now that whole Premier League anthem is before that, people funnel in even later and get in just in time for that marching on together, from my experience of when I've gone to Ellen Road in the past. 2:45, very, very early to have everyone seated in and around the ground. But they are being seated for 2 huge announcements being quoted by the club, as I just said. Both announcements are reported to not want to be missed by loyal supporters who have followed the club throughout the years, marching on together. Now, what does this statement here mean? I'll tell you exactly what I think this means, by the way. This, for me, one of the statements, and I believe it could be the main statement, in my opinion. I could be completely off piece with this, so, you know, cut me some slack. In my opinion, it's going to be some news about the stadium expansion. It's happening at Ellen Road. They're going to be talking about some sort of something to do with the stadium expansion. It's happening now. It's happening here. It's happening there. I believe this is something really to do with the stadium expansion. Now, a lot of people may be getting excited. I've seen a few people maybe going completely off-piece crazy, like, wow, they've got some free agent signings for us that they're going to unveil to the fans, and everyone's going to be excited, and we're going to solve all of our issues. But if there was a free agent signing, if there was a player signing coming in through this, you know, we would have heard about it someone would have taken a picture of someone somewhere walking into the ground. And don't get me wrong, I know there's going to be a lot of binoculars flying around the gaff tomorrow, trying to spot any little nook and cranny and bit of information they can before that 2:45 deadline that Leeds United are setting on this announcement, to try and get some sort of clue and information as to what this may be. Listen, they've left us in suspense. They've left us surprised. For me, I'm very excited about this, even though I feel like it is just going to be something to do with the stadium expansion. Hopefully there's not two things about that, because they did promise two announcements. One of them is probably going to be a bit of a damp squib, but I have a big feeling about that. But you got to hope it's something big. Maybe it's about some sort of investment or sponsorship deal potentially, but they're really bigging it up, man. They're really bigging it up. So you got to hope that it's something big. Please let me know in the comments down below what you guys believe that this proposed secret news thing that they're going to reveal tomorrow is. Please let me know your thoughts, your predictions, what you think it could be down below. I love to speculate all of these kind of things. As I said, I think it's going to be stadium expansions happening here. Maybe if you're in the ground, you got a little coupon, you get a little stadium tour bundle. I don't know, maybe some sort of gift between that for someone who's paid for a ticket for this particular game, which could raise issues for people who haven't bought tickets for this game but have bought tickets for other games. Nonetheless, that's we're too in the weeds of these kind of things here, but I think it's an exciting one, definitely one to keep your eye out for, and something I'm definitely looking forward to. But it has to also, most importantly, be accompanied by 3 big points. They're raising 2 before the game, and 1 extra is not enough to make it 3. I want 5 points out of this game. The 2 points they're raising before, and the 3 points from the game. We need to get a win tomorrow, big time. Bournemouth, I think, are a gettable side. They're a very good side. It's a very good scout to have, but they are gettable. In terms of some of the other opposition we could be coming up against, it could be a huge statement for Leeds United. And especially if this is a good little teaser they're putting at the beginning of the game, if it's a good piece of information, if it is genuinely something very exciting, and Leeds United are then able to have an exciting performance on the pitch, are then able to get an early goal off the back of the excitement of this proposed statement that they're going to be making here. If we're able to then get an early goal, wow, I mean, it's just going to be a fever dream in there. Everyone's going to be excited about the statement. They're going to be excited about the goal. Everything's going to build, and it could be a very good performance. And then leading on from that, there could be a bit more positivity injected into the life of the fan base of this club, which I think has really been lacking recently because of false promises that have been made, because of a lack of investment in key areas, as we've seen, because of real holes within the side that we're seeing, like a colander almost. With some of the things that we're seeing within the club right now. So they definitely need to really get everyone back involved, and I think we deserve it, man. It's our first year back in the Premier League. We were all so excited going into this game, and we want to maintain that optimism. We want to maintain that excitement into the duration of this season. So tomorrow is a huge day for me. I won't be streaming, unfortunately. It is actually my 25th birthday tomorrow. I know 25, huge, a really weird age as well to be turning personally, but as a result, I am going to be preoccupied in the house with family, etc. There is a little thing going on, so unfortunately I won't be able to stream this game. Gutted that I won't be able to stream, but I will have my eyes peeled to the TV to see both this announcement and the performance that is coming, and we will reconvene next week when after my birthday has concluded and this game has concluded, and we can see what conclusions we can all draw from the back of that. But please let me know your guys' thoughts on this game down below, on of course, as I said, the announcement that they're going to be making. Please let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. What do you think it could be? How do you think Leeds United could perform? Are there any changes you would make to the side before this game concludes? Let me know your score prediction down in the comments section down below. For now, though, I will see you very soon. Out of all my brothers and my sisters.